Hello, my name is Jim, and I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about our newest product called UltraBac Warp. This product was designed for users who want an easy-to-use backup software that provides continuous image protection for their systems. Continuous image protection is a term that we use to describe our ongoing backup process that first writes a full image backup, then continues to monitor the selected volumes, updating the backup with incremental data as changes are made to these volumes. Now let's take a closer look at how we use the software. So let's go ahead and open up the console. And to get started, we need to go into the backup section and go ahead and adjust some settings. You'll see up at the top we have option to select the partitions we wish to protect. And as you select the partitions you want to back up, you'll notice over on the right side they will be marked as protected. The next section down provides you a location to define the backup destination, and you can either just manually type this in or browse. I'm going to go ahead and browse to my predetermined location, and it'll update that location here. Next option down gives you the ability to adjust your backup retention. And essentially what this is it gives you the option to custom tailor to your environment according to your storage capacity, whether you want to use more disk space and have more restore point options, or use a little bit less disk space and have just fewer restore options. Down towards the bottom of the screen you'll see the encryption enable button. You'll see that you open that and it gives you the location to type in your encryption phrase. You want to keep this to a maximum of 16 characters, and this can be letters, numbers, or special characters. Should you decide to use this option, we highly recommend you export the key out just in case you need to re-import it later down the road. Once you've made your adjustments to the backup settings, go ahead and click OK, and now you have the ability to actually start the backup. And as I described before, once you first launch your backup, it's going to begin by creating a full image backup of the selected volumes. These volumes will be listed along the left. Your backup destination will be listed on the right. And in the center you'll see the graph that shows your current progress, both in throughput and time. If you have more than one drive selected for protection, it'll show up under its own color, but since we're just using the one, you just see the green line here. And now this goes pretty quick. This is a small partition and we're approximately 40% into it at this point. So I'll talk to you about a couple of options while this completes. After the full backup portion of the backup is finished, it will automatically go into our CIP portion, where it incrementally updates that full backup as changes are made to the protected volumes. Once this happens, you have the ability to add in custom bookmarks or restore points. Now this is important if you were to go do a software update, and as I'm sure everybody's encountered before, sometimes you do a software update and you end up having a complication. So if you create your custom bookmark before you do that, if you have an issue, you can roll back to before the install. Closing in on the end of this full image backup, and as soon as this hits 100%, you'll see right down here that it'll swap over to our CIP portion. Once the CIP portion has started, you then have the ability to go ahead and pause or restart the backup should you need to take the machine down, remove it from the network in case of the use of laptops and notebooks, so on and so forth. Once you've gotten to the CIP portion, you also now have the ability to run restores. And you can either run a restore of an entire partition, or you can actually mount the backup at any point in time and pull files out of this mounted volume. And for these purposes, I'm going to go ahead and pause the backup. It's not necessary, but for today's purposes, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. As soon as the pause completes, you'll notice that the graph changes color to signify the pause. And then we'll go ahead and show you our mount and unmount feature. So at this point you see that I've protected my D volume, and in order to mount this, you would select the volume, select the point in time you'd like to mount it at, and choose the mount button. Now if you open up your Windows Explorer, you'll see that it shows up as a RAM dive down here at the bottom. You can simply double click on it, and if there's a file you need to restore, drag and drop it, and that file is restored. Should you then need to dismount this volume, you can either do it here in Windows Explorer, or you also have that option of selecting it and unmounting it inside the GUI. Now, should you need to restore an entire partition, you will first have to remove the drive letter associated with the partition you wish to restore to, and you can do that with this shortcut to disk management. Slide down to the volume in question. Let's go ahead and remove that drive letter. Verify that it's gone. Now we'll choose here. And you'll see now that I have a target destination of disk 1, partition 1. And then again, you choose the point in time you wanted to restore from, and you can click restore. Now this takes a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and let this run. One thing I want to mention while we're letting this run is when doing your selection on which volumes you wish to protect, if you want to have the capability to do bare metal restores either back to the same machine or dissimilar hardware, it's very important that you select the system reserved partition if you're using an operating system of Windows Vista or newer. This is just about to complete. Once it's complete, we'll be able to browse that directory. Okay, we have a successful restore. Let's close this. Now inside disk management, you'll see, give it a drive letter, and now we can explore it. It's as simple as that. At this point, we can go ahead and start our backup again, let it continue. As changes are made, that full image will be updated. And that's pretty much all there is. Thank you for taking the time to view this video, and if you have further questions, don't hesitate to contact us. www.ultrabac.com. You can also contact us at sales@ultrabac.com. If you have questions, warp support@ultrabac.com. Thank you very much.